Hello, folks. Guess what day it is? The end of Tommy the Tumor. The crowd goes wild. I know. I'm so sorry. It was very self-indulgent, but when I walked through this path, I needed to document it. This was for my soul purge, my cleansing, and in my hopes that if anybody could hear one word I say and it would give them a little joy, a little peace, a little faith, anything, then it kind of made it more worth it. And so it's now time to move on. It's time to put it behind me. But there was something about this 2019 that I needed to recapture. Okay, so as the last video said, the tests came back fine. The biopsies were all clear. I was good to go. But there is still this quarterly meeting that I had to have with the doctor with exam and this one blood test that, apparently if you have any of these types of, problems, it's just a good idea. And then the second year I would go every 6 months. And so I'm like, okay, so the first time I go in and I'm like, look at me being a good patient, not arguing, not debating. Second time, I'm like, a little more hesitant. It's like the third time, dear God, why am I here? So I talked to the doctor and she said, I hear that maybe you don't want to come see me anymore. And I says, look, I don't want to be irresponsible. I don't want to be stupid and make dumb choices. But seriously, if really all I'm doing is getting the blood work done and then you kind of going over it and saying, how you doing? You feeling okay? Couldn't I just make a phone call? And she said, a lot of people really want these exams and it's just a reassurance for them. And it gives them peace to know, hey, the doctor checked me out. And she said, but it seems to have the opposite effect on you. And I said, yeah, it just irritates me. So it's not giving me any peace. And so she said, look, I can tell you to go on and live your life, but that has to be your decision. She said, everyone makes their own choices. But she said, honestly, if there's any problems to be found, you're going to find them before me anyway. And I says, hold on, let me get my husband. He needs to hear this so he doesn't think I'm making it up. Okay, what we need to remember is multiple times I've told you, I kept praying, God, I don't want a lot of tests. I don't want a lot of medication. I'm more organic than that. And so she's like, okay. I says, look, I'll finish the blood work because I feel like I owe that to my family. But other than that, I'll call you if I need you. And she said, works for me. So that meant, and she even said, you have healed so amazingly well. She said, you are above schedule on a lot of things. I mean, I was up moving, I was walking, I was exercising. I had really got over the hill on this thing. And when she said, you were doing amazingly well, you were healing so rapidly, I went, of course. Have I told you about my God yet? And so with her reassurance that I was doing good, I gave her a hug and went on our way and went about living my own life. Okay, that gets us to 2019. No, I'm not going to document all of 2019. That's what this video is. It's a condensed version of 2019. Here's the deal. I'm going to speak from someone in my position so that if you are ever close to someone in my position, you'll kind of understand a little bit about what's going on in their mind. Okay. When you are faced with the possibility of death, I'm not being dramatic. I'm being truly honest here. It changes you. And I'm not overemphasizing, because it makes you realize you get one life to spend. One life. What are you doing with it? Well, you just are going through your day and you're just, changing out the laundry, going to the grocery store, you go to bed at night, you might read a book, I don't know, maybe, you might try and, make life a better, maybe. You get up the next day and instead of doing laundry, you're going to vacuum, and then you're going to not go to the store, you're going to go pay the light bill. It's just monotonous and you don't think about it. It's just habit and mundane, and most of the time, I'm speaking from personal experience, you don't even really stop and think about it. You just do it. I don't have that privilege anymore. Now, every single thing I do is purposeful and it's thoughtful. And I don't mean thoughtful like, oh, isn't she thoughtful? I mean, like, I'm thinking about everything I'm doing. Okay, one of the things that my son said was, Mom, I just want you better because there's this walking trail in town. And he says, I'll know that you're okay when we can walk as a family like we used to do. Well, as soon as I was able, my family and I, we all loaded up the truck and we went on a walking trail and we walked, and it was such a joy to my heart because it was normal. It was what I did. But this time it wasn't just, hey, the kids are over there. Don't let them eat that leaf. Oh, dear God, it's so hot today. Why is it hot? Is that dog going to bark all day? The things that we just do, not because we're grumpy and fussy, it's just we don't stop and appreciate it. So this time I noticed the sun differently. I hear the giggles of my grandkids differently. My husband is holding my hand. It feels different. Everything this last year for me has felt different because I'm constantly, no tears. I'm constantly thinking, this is a moment that I'm having that there was a possibility I wasn't going to have. And so that's me every day. Even when I go to the grocery store and I'm standing in line, you'll find me smiling. Before I was like, how much time is left? Don't you know I got somewhere to be? Not really, but my time was so important. Now I'm just like, I'm getting to go buy groceries because I'm going to cook tonight for my family. An experience I couldn't have had God not have decided in his grace and mercy to leave me here. We've been calling this last year my victory lap. And it's so true. And everything will say, well, that's the victory lap. My son wanted to just go for a walk. My daughters, all they could say was, we just want to see you being you again. We need you to have big hair, Mom. We need you to wear a bra. I couldn't. My stitches were so high. We need you to start being the real housewife you are. That's a cultural reference to Real Housewives of whatever big city. Yeah, mine's not a big city. I'm a small city Real Housewife. And so they just wanted me to get back to coloring my hair and plucking my eyebrows and, the things that moms are. And so once I started putting my face back on, they're like, okay, Mom's back. Rodney, he just kept saying, I just want my best friend back. You know why? Rodney hates to run errands alone. It's the funniest thing. Me, I want to run them alone. I can get them done in half the time. But seriously, I just go, I sit in the car, Rodney runs in, drops off his shirts to the dry cleaners. Rodney goes in, he buys the dog food. He just wants me beside him. So now I'm healthy and well. Guess what? I used to hate that. It's like, oh my God, I am literally wasting my life just so that you can have a warm body in the passenger seat while you go and do your errands. Not anymore. Do you know why? He could have somebody new sitting in that seat because his wife kicked the bucket last year. I kept telling him, God, I hope that you don't bring a date to the funeral. So it's amazing how it changes you. Life has more purpose. Everything I do, I think, is this going to help someone? And it's not an obsession. It's not like an exhaustive thought. It's like, I've got to do more. I have to leave my mark on the world. I can't sleep because I have... No, it's just, you know what? Today is a good day. Do you know why? Because I'm alive. Not everybody gets that opportunity. Today's a good day. You know why? I'm able to walk. I couldn't in 2018. It's just amazing. So, like I was saying, if you have someone who has went through something that's traumatic, let them find their process. And if you've been through something traumatic, let me encourage you, go find purpose in it. It didn't happen for no good reason. Nothing happens to us that God the Father hasn't already seen. And he promises he's going to work all things to our good. And so you need to find the good, even in tragedy, even in crazy things, which sounds crazy in itself. But I'm telling you, that's where the victory's at. That's where the joy is at. Because for me, every day I get up and I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm going to wear my little turquoise ribbon and I'm just going to let the world know I'm a victim of circumstance. I had cancer. I don't even confess it. Just saying that ticked me off because I'm not a victim and you're not either. We're not victims of our circumstances. No, we are victors in our circumstances. I remember my pastor of old used to preach this sermon, and I loved it. He said, life is like a baseball game. He said, you get up there to bat, and the world throws you a ball, and what do? Strike one, and you strike out. Or you missed it. Strike two. There you go. Strike three. Now you've struck out. You struck out. So you think, life is over. I stink at baseball. Life. And you're kicking the dirt and you're spitting and you're just going to go back to the dugout completely dejected. But here's the deal. Guess who the umpire is? Jesus. And guess what? He says, no, you're not out till I say you're out. Get back up here and keep swinging. Oh, I just preached myself happy right there. Woo! Give me tinglies. So that's what I did in 2019. And guess what, guys? It's coming up on the actual anniversary date of the surgery. And this feeling isn't going away because I get a second chance at life. Guess what? You don't have to go through cancer. You don't have to go through divorce. You don't have to go through anything disastrous. You can stand up today and go, you know what? I do get one life. I do get one chance at this thing. What do I want to get out of it? Get out there and get at it. Seriously, I smile at more people. I hug more people, even though half the time it's illegal now, and I'm probably going to get arrested for sexual assault because I hugged someone against their will. But I don't care. I'm willing to go down with the ship. But seriously, guys, today my message is full of genuine joy and genuine happiness. Not because I beat it. Hey, yeah, that's reason to have joy. But because I found the victory in it. Yeah, the victory in it. I don't know how many days I have. Let's say years, not days. Cancel that. I don't know how many years I have. I'm believing I'm going to be ancient of days. I'm going to be as old as Methuselah. Biblical reference. I'm going to be old, old, old. But I trust in God, and every day that He has me on this earth, He has me here for a reason. Whether that reason is to go help the little old lady carry her groceries to the car, whether that reason is to give my grandson a hug because he fell down and he's crying, whether that reason is to sit next to Rodney when he's driving to go get his laundry, I don't know. It's different. Life is different. I see the sky different. I see the clouds different. Life is fleeting. I'm going to make sure I get all I can out of it. And no fear. I've always been an anxious person. No joke, you guys. Seriously, I was freaking afraid of everything. I couldn't sleep because I was afraid the house was going to burn down and the kids were going to be in it when they were little. I was afraid tornadoes were going to, take us down. I saw too much Wizard of Oz as a kid. I had so many fears that I overcame. But you know what? When those fearful thoughts come to my head like they always used to, do you know what I say now? Really? Is that all you got? Because now I know my faith maintains me. I have peace in the midst of a storm. I'm more than a conqueror. I get it now. Fear got nothing on this girl anymore. So if you see me out doing something crazy, just go, she's living with all she got and she ain't scared of nothing. It's kind of worrisome for some people. All right, you guys, thank you again. I love you so much. I hope this touches your heart. And seriously, you get one life to live. Don't be afraid. Get out there and enjoy. I want you to go to bed at night like I do, smiling and thinking, whew, that was exhausting. I am spent in such a good way. Yay! We beat Tommy. Cancer, you stink. You're under my feet. Got it. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Love ya. Can't wait to hug you. Just don't have me arrested.